Alrighty, go ahead and get upright in your seat. And let's start by marching our legs. And the next time you get your left knee up, grab onto it, see if you can pull it up closer to your chest, see if you can pull your chest closer to it also. Yeah, and point and flex your foot. Shrug your shoulders back, good. And then drop that leg and just go to the other side, right knee up, chest lifted, shoulders back, foot pointing and flexing. And then step both feet out wide to the sides, and we'll rock on our tiptoes and heels out there. Get the calves and shins turned on. And alternate lifting one toe and the other heel. Good. End up on both tiptoes and swivel your heels in and out. Drop your heels, lift your toes, swivel your toes in and out. And then heel toe your feet into the center and rock the inner edges of the feet are touching together here if possible, and rock the feet up and down. And get your heels up and swivel those heels left and right as the knees go kind of opposite directions. So we're kind of mogul skiing, if you like. And do the same with the toes lifted now, turning those toes left and right. And then turn your toes out, keep your heels against each other. Nice open knees, just trying to get externally rotated, sort of Charlie Chaplin-like here. And then lift your heels up and swivel the heels out and turn your knees in and see if you can put your heels down outside the toes. So the toes are pigeon-toed, the knees are knock-kneed. And roll the outer edges of your feet towards the floor. And then rock up and down on your toes and heels with your knees knock-kneed. Good. And then swivel your heels back into the center. Put your feet back into center and see if you can turn the soles of the feet towards each other and the knees fall wide so the outer edges of your feet are on the floor. If that feels uncomfortable, don't push it too hard. You can steady yourself on the chair because your feet are going to be doing less work, less stable on the floor. And then try and rock your heels up and down there, rocking to the pinky toe side of your feet. Good. And then stomp your feet. And set your feet solid on the floor. Take your arms out wide to the sides. Big open, turn your palms open to the ceiling. Good. Dial your left arm down, right arm up. Just stay tall. Don't lean left. Just reach tall. Good. And then switch slow. Your left palm up, your right palm down. Reaching tall. Good. Switch again. Just a slow turn like you're dialing a giant wheel or turning a wheel. And one more time. Left arm is up. Now we're going to take the left arm forward and the right arm back, twisting open, just coming to parallel lines to the floor here, turning your chest to the right. Turn chest to the right, left arm is forward, right arm is up in the back. And then we're going to windmill the arms the other way. So we're going to take the left arm up along the ear, the right arm down by its hip, and turn open to the left. With the left arm back, right arm forward, yeah? So just the left arm now is going, actually, let's keep the windmill going. So now we'll take the left arm down by its hip, the right arm high to the sky, and rotate all the way around to the right. Yeah? And then take the left arm up, right arm down by its hip, and turn open to the left. So we're doing kind of a backstroke shape here with the arms. Big windmills continue this way. The left arm goes down by its hip until it's forward, the right arm up overhead until it's back. And then big windmill the other way. And if you want, you can keep your eyes on me, and we're doing big backstroke shapes here as best as your shoulders can allow. Turning, 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 windmilling. Front to back here as best you can. And then try doing front stroke a couple times. And I know this might be super uncomfortable in some shoulders, so be careful with that. Be gentle with yourself. Front stroke. Very nice, Judy. Good. Release your hands down to your knees. Shrug your shoulders up in your ears and around in circles. And then let's just do a figure 8 shape with those shoulders swiveling. So no weight of the arms involved at this point, and go the other way with those shoulders again. Kind of a big figure 8 shape. And then release that, and let's forward bend down onto our elbows and hang your head. And take a nice deep breath. And maybe a couple more. And sit up. Put your hands on your knees. Hug your belly in and round back towards the back of the chair. And then arch your spine and send your belly forward and shoulders back. Back bend there. And then round again. Lean back. Dive your head down. Good. And then go the other way. Tilt your pelvis forward. Arch your back. Lift your heart. Good, Pete. Nice. One more time. Rounding back. Exhale. Arching up. Inhale. Keep this arch as you pull your elbows back and squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other, elbows towards each other in the back. And then send your arms forward, round your back, and put the backs of your wrists against each other. Then open back up, elbows back, heart lifting. Dial your palms out here. Heel toe your feet out wide. And then lift your toes, turn your toes in, knees in, backs of the wrists together, head down between the upper arms, belly in. And then lift your toes, turn your toes out, your knees out, your elbows go squeezing in the back, heart lifting. Good, lift your toes, turn them in, knees in, backs of the hands together. And then open up again, inhale, arching back. Good, drop your right hand down to your knee, left arm goes high. Gently side bend to the right. Maybe your right elbow comes down. Nice, gently sit back up. Step your left hand to the knee, right arm up along your ear. Side bend left slow. Eventually, maybe your left elbow gets down. Nice wide legs. Good, sit back up. Forward bend between both legs. Elbows push on the inner knees. And let your head hang. Let the crown of your head point to the floor. The back of the neck go long. Shoulders shrug maybe away from the floor towards the sky as your head hangs like a pendulum. And then gently rock left and right with your chest. Might be pushing into opposite knees. A little speed skater type of action maybe, or forearms helping sway you left and right. Good. Turn, sway to the left there. Put your right hand on your inner right knee and push, turning your heart towards the left knee here. So we're not turning open, we're turning closed or towards the floor if you like. And trying to get a stretch in that low right back. And your right hand, Pete, can be, your right hand, yes, that's right, Pete. Your left elbow can be down so that you're a little bit forward bent. Yes, there it is, Pete, good. And then switch sides, put your right elbow back on its knee, left hand on the inner left knee, and turn and push gently Your left knee out as you sway your heart towards your right knee. And come back to center and gently sit up. Step your feet back to the center. Make sure you've got room back there to round back and go to a little rounded position one more time. Hands on those knees. Pause here, tailbone reaching between the legs so you've got your pelvis in extension. And then rest against the back of your chair and extend your legs fully. Extend your arms back. One big line here. Point your toes. You might hook your thumbs around each other and extend your fingertips. Try and get straighter in those elbows if possible. Excellent, Pat. Good. Nice, Pete. Good. If clasping your hands behind your head is available, do so, and then side bend to your left. Otherwise, you can have your hands where it's comfortable, somewhere on top of your head or on your heart. Stay in this side bend for a couple more breaths. Good. Gently go to the other side. Keep those elbows wide. Lift the left ribs off the left hip as you open the left side. One more breath. And come back to center. Set your hands back on the chair. Feet back on the floor. Push your way upright and forward bend. Putting your elbows on your knees, or go all the way down with your chest on your legs. Hang your head. And sit up. Take some breaths as you go wide with your arms again. Bend your elbows into a goddess type shape. Try to keep your elbows at the same height, but dial the left hand towards the floor. So you've got this S type shape. It's challenging. The left shoulder will hug up into the ear a little bit. And then reverse this slowly, dialing your right hand towards the floor, left hand up. Try and keep that right elbow up. Yes, good. And then switch. A sort of scarecrow style here a little bit. And then switch. Good. One more time. Switch down, left hand, right hand stays up. Switch down, right hand, left hand comes up. Good. Both hands down now. Hunch your back, shrug your shoulders up. Squeeze those shoulder blades up into the neck. And then dial the elbows down and heart lifting and open up the chest. Reversing that. Then lean forward and pull your elbows further back. So imagine your forearms are sort of against a window frame. You're leaning hard through the window frame, pulling elbows back. Try to get a squeeze back there. Sit up, extend your arms straight out to the sides, palms facing up. Big straight line. Good. Wrap your left arm under your right. Hug yourself. Rotate your chest gently left and right. Keep your legs where they are. Good. Face forward. Take your arms wide, inhale. Wrap your right arm under your left, second side here. But instead of turning, we'll go lifting and lowering our elbows and rounding and arching our back at the same time, yeah? So inhale up, exhale down. And you're welcome to go further down, maybe try and touch your elbows to your thighs and then sit up and lift your heart and round down. The next time you lift your elbows, lifting your heart, just pause there in a little back bend. So we're doing our best to kind of open up those front ribs. And then dive your elbows down right into your ribs and shrug your shoulders up to your ears and try and lengthen out your back. Drape yourself over a sort of center place where the elbows are ducking in towards the belly and ribs. Gently sit up and release those arms back out to the sides. Roll your wrists in circles. Go the other way. Take your palms like you're going to do a push-up. Good, and we'll just push straight forward and back. Get those arm muscles a little more online here. Good. Then push your palms forward, keep them pushed forward, and pull your right elbow back, twisting the chest, but keep your eyes forward. Extend that left arm, pull the right elbow as far back as you can. Excellent. Switch sides. Push the right palm forward, pull that left elbow back. Way back, way back. Good. Switch again. Right elbow pulls back. Left hand pushes forward, twisting chest. Nice, Judy. Switch sides again. Left elbow back, right palm forward, push. Last time. Switch. Good, and switch. Good. Push both palms forward and lean forward. Lean out, reaching to meet. Belly's engaged. Reach out. Flap those wrists. Good. And then release. Elbows on the knees. And dome your heart up. We'll do little rhomboid push-ups here, or shoulder blades slides if you like. Dome the heart up, melt the heart down. Dome the heart up, melt the heart down. So back and forth without a lot of pelvic tilt movement or other things. Just trying to get that sternum area and collarbone area and space between shoulder blade area filling out, collapsing, filling out, collapsing, say, or whatever you like. And we'll do one more thing here. Take your right forearm across your knees. Yeah, send your left arm straight out to the side. Right forearm is across the knees. So forward bending, keeping in the forward bend, rotate your chest to the left, reaching the left arm high. Stay rooted in that right elbow as your left arm goes towards the sky, any amount, rotation. Very nice. And then switch, release the left arm across the knees. Send your right arm out straight to the side, like an airplane wing. Gently turn open, chest, keep that left elbow down, rooting into the knee even with the left elbow, push down with the left elbow to open up the right side. Yes, good. And release and sit up. One more, lean back, widen legs and arms. Spread fingers, toes. Send the palms together overhead if you can. So make a sort of Eiffel Tower shape of your body. Palms together, legs wide. Is that all right, Pete? Good. Release your hands to the chair. Sit up, step your feet to center. Looks like my dad's having trouble seeing the... He's fiddling around. I know, I understand. I didn't want not to call attention to you. That's okay. No one can see you, I think. But you're trying to figure out where the Zoom is, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and put our hands at our heart. Close your eyes. And take a moment in our seats here, our centering practice. Think of this as a little meditation snack for your day. And meditation isn't about getting to the same state of mind every time. It's about first witnessing whatever state you're in, not needing it to be different, not even trying to change anything about yourself in the moment, except opening your awareness to what is. We have this capacity in our minds to not necessarily be in the thing we're feeling, but observe the thing we're feeling. Possibly, if we practice. And that very act of observing can create some openness or opportunity for energy to change, for shifting to happen, for curiosity, for creative thought, for appreciation and gratitude for where you're at, for the journey you've been on in life, for many things that may not come if you just stay wrapped up in the thoughts that are habitual. So for a moment, we're practicing observing and witnessing without judgment. Bring to mind something to dedicate your practice to that's worthy of dedication, worthy of encouraging in the world or in your world more of. We're going to chant the 3 parts of the Om and then finish with a full Om at the end. So the 3 parts, Ah, O, M, and then the full Om. So start with Ah, inhale and make the sound Ah. And the sound O. And the sound And then the full sound, Om, all 3 of those sounds, one big breath. Inhale. You can set your hands on your knees, take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth and clear your lungs. Inhale again through your nose. Exhale through your mouth, clearing your lungs. One more, slow inhale through your nose, big though. Exhale, clear those lungs. Open your eyes. We're going to do a little horse's breath for a moment, just for loosening up our facial muscles. So horse's breath is if you want to add voice to it, it's a motorboat. not be easy, and that's partly why we're doing it. And then we'll do a bee's breath, which is buzzing. Bzz, 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 making a buzz sound. Bzz, bzz, good, release that. And then we'll do lion's breath here. So just have your hands on your knees, take a big inhale, and your big exhale goes with mouth wide, eyes open, high energy in your face, yeah? So go ahead and inhale. And lion's breath. Get that tongue out there. Inhale, sit up. Lion's breath. Inhale. One more. Stick the tongue out as far as you can. Get the mouth open as wide as you can. Open the eyes as wide as you can. All right. Well done. Go ahead and lean against the back of your chair. Take your hands to your chair. March your knees at your chest. Get your pelvis forward on that chair. Good. When you get your right knee up the next time, leave it up. Right knee is up. Push the left foot down into the ground to pull your right knee higher towards your chest, like you're holding a bungee cord down with your left foot, and you're pulling your knee back to stretch the bungee cord. Good. Release that. Right foot down. Left knee comes up. Same deal. Push down with the right foot, holding that bungee cord strong on the floor as your left knee draws towards your chest. No hands still, just working the core. Good. Drop that left foot. Lift your right knee again. Hold it up there for a second. Hug your belly in, strong. Now we're going to keep the right knee up and see if we can just barely unweight the left foot off the floor. Now your left foot's hovering off the floor if possible. Imagine there's somebody just came and slipped something under your left foot, and you're pushing down on this imaginary thing now with your left foot as you're pulling your right knee up. So pull the right knee closer and push down, like isometric energy is what I'm looking for. And then drop your left foot, drop your right, wag your knees in and out. We'll try it on the other side. Lift your left knee up towards your chest. Pause there, left knee to the chest, and then float your right foot barely off the floor. Try not to change your low back, change or any shape in that low back. Right foot is just barely off the floor. Then if there's any possibility you're pushing your right foot into an imaginary thing that just got slipped under the foot as you're pulling your left knee closer to your chest. So you're just trying to activate isometrically. Good. Drop the right foot, extend both legs out nice and wide. Take your right arm back and high and side bend over to the left. Hold that chair with the left hand. Nice. Switch sides. Drop the right hand, left arm goes back and high. Open the left side. Good. Release the left hand down. Step your feet back into center. March your knees at your chest with a gentle movement here. And if you want to add more, you can pulse in the midline, or sorry, midair. Pulse marching through midair here. Good. Drop your right foot. Let's do some bicycles with the left leg alone here. And again, you might keep pushing the right foot down on the floor as you're bicycling your left leg. Bicycle backwards. The straight left leg goes out and lifts. And the knee comes into the chest high and then goes low, straightening. Very good. Extend that left leg and sweep it left and right. Take a heavy sigh. See if that clears any tensions in your body. Good. Can we do circles with this left foot on the floor? Out to the left. And reverse the circles with the left foot. Good. And then extend the left foot way off to the left as far as you can. Take the left arm back and high and reach back away from the left toes with the left fingertips. Maybe look at the ceiling and just think about the long line you've got from left pinky finger to left pinky toe. Get it longer. Good, release that left arm down, swing your left foot forward. Take your right arm back and high. Your left leg is straight forward, your right arm is back and high. Inhale. Exhale, draw the left knee up and cross the left leg with the right arm, twisting. Excellent, Judy. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross, left knee up, right arm across. Inhale, extend and open. Exhale, cross. 2 more. Inhale, reach back, straighten left leg, and then exhale, squeeze in, turn. Last time, inhale, open up. Exhale, squeeze in, turn, and hold this squeeze now. See if you can get that left knee closer to the right shoulder, belly hugged in more to the low back. Good. Turn and grab your left knee and hold onto it with both hands. Sweep it left and right in your reclined shape here. Make sure you're leaning back against your chair for better space in the hip. Good. Come to center, interlace your fingers behind your left leg and extend and bend your left leg. Couple more extensions and bendings. Hold it out there now, straightening the left leg, pulling the toes back. You might walk your hands up the leg a little bit, or down, whatever you want to call it, down the leg. Good. Now engage your belly. See if you can hold the leg up with your belly actively, active. Take your arms wide, maybe the leg stays up there. Then float the leg down to the floor. Good. Put your hands on the chair, sit up. Keep the left leg straight in front of you, pull the toes back. And forward fold to the hamstring stretch on the left leg. Get that pelvic tilt, get the flexion happening in the hips. So you're trying to close those hip creases. Keep the long, low back. Take 2 heavy sighs here, nice long breaths, clearing the lungs and maybe carrying out some tension with those exhales. On your inhale, sit up. Step that foot to the floor, wag your knees in and out. Good. And then just do a simple forward bend over the bent knees, either elbows on knees or chest to legs. Hang out in your forward bend. Are there any little tensions you can relax? Are you able to let go a little more in your legs? Let them rest through the floor a little more. Inhale to sit up and lean back against your chair. Hold on to your chair. Take your right leg into some bicycling here. Go as full as you can. Extend out. Imagine you're like reaching out and grabbing a piece of paper and dragging it back under your chair and then extending. We're just going forward still here, Pete. So imagine you're trying to reach out, grab a piece of paper and pull it under your chair and then go again, yeah? And then now reverse. So we extend low, push that piece of paper out on the floor and then lift the straight leg as best you can. A couple more of those if you're with me still. Excellent. And then extend the right leg in front of you, sweep it left and right. Good. And then turn it into circling if that's available, depending on your floor, your socks, etc. And reverse the circling. And as you go wide to the right the next time, keep it wide, extending way off to the right. Take your right arm back and high. Reach back away from the right toes with the right fingertips. Just does a big diagonal reach there. Another breath. Good. Release the right arm. Swing your right foot forward. Take your left arm straight back. Reach back with the left arm, forward with the right leg. Big breath there. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the right knee up. Cross it over with your left arm. Squeeze your belly. Look over your right hip to the floor. All of that at one time. Inhale. Open up. Extend. Exhale. Cross and look over your right hip to the floor. So you twist your chest a little bit more that way. Yeah. Inhale. Open up. Very good. Exhale. Cross. Inhale. Open up. Do 3 more on your own. Maybe each one pauses a little longer on the squeeze. 3 more on your own here. Exhale, squeeze when you get there. Last one if you're with me, but if you're not with me, you're on your own. One more breath or one more moment there. If you hold it for just the last little cherry on top kind of work here, and then turn and grab the right knee and sweep it left and right. Stay reclined in your chair. Good, good. Good. Interlace your fingers behind your leg. Extend and bend the right leg in front of you right here, holding the thigh bone in place. Good, Pete. Yes, good, Dean. That's it, Bernice. That's it. Trying to keep the thigh bone in one spot and just unfolding and folding it back up. Great, Dad. The next time you extend, keep it extended out there. Engage your belly nice and strong. Walk your hands down the leg, any amount for a moment here. Just pausing, letting it sort of marinate here in the challenging pose, maybe. Good. Engage your belly so much you can let go of the leg and take your arms wide. One more little effort here. Good. Draw the knee in and sweep it left and right. Did we do anything else except for the hamstring stretch? Go ahead and drop the right leg to the floor. Sorry, sit up and have your right leg straight forward. Pull your toes back. Lengthen up your spine, sitting up and fold gently, gently, gently towards that right leg until you've got your hamstrings on your right leg talking to you. And then send nice cleansing and clearing breaths here through your body. Every breath just moving energy, shifting attention, bringing you back to a home base of whatever shape your body is taking right now. The breath has its own little interaction with that. Two more breaths. Inhale to sit up. Step that foot to the floor. Step your feet out nice and wide. Rock your tiptoes and heels. Good. And then drop your feet solid on the floor. Take your arms up. We'll go goddess shape here. Good. Alternate now, lifting one heel and the other toe. As we do this, can we roll our wrists in circles? Keep the arms steady. The elbows stay in place. Wrists circles, elbows stay in place. Feet alternating. Lots of weirdness going on. Challenges in coordination. Switch the direction of both hands so they're circling the other way, even as you're still alternating those feet. Keep it all going and turn your head to the right and then to the left, back and forth. Good. Pause and send both wrists out to the sides, or fingers out to the sides. Loch Ness Monster here, go into the sides. Turn your right wrist towards your face and then go back and forth, left and right. Keep those elbows in place. There it is, yep. Pete, try not to straighten out the elbows at all. Just rotate only. Nice, Dean, good. That's good. Point both at your face, point both away from your face, back and forth. Again, no straightening in elbows. Now straighten the elbows, send your palms out facing the ceiling. Very good. Drop the left arm, reach the right arm nice and high, tall in that right side. Then take your left hand to your knee, side bend down onto the left elbow. Make sure your feet are nice and wide. Now roll your right shoulder back, so you're rotating. Right shoulder's back, so you're getting more sideways to the floor. Then your left arm might slide further and further down the inside of the leg if it goes there. If it doesn't want to go, if you feel like that's enough, that's plenty, that's fine. Some of you may go quite deep here, down to the inner left ankle. Keep rolling your right shoulder back. Very good. Go ahead and sit back up. Shrug out the shoulders. Before we go to the other side, step your feet to center, wag your knees in and out. Cross your left leg over your right, get nice and tall. Squeeze the back of the left leg onto the right, solid there. And then rotate to your left. Your right hand comes forward, left hand around the side of the chair. Get super tall as you rotate. And getting tall doesn't mean lifting yourself out of the chair. So think of rooting down first. Your sitting bones are plugging into the chair more to jettison length into your spine, if you could imagine. Now keep your chest turned left, turn your head back to the right. Gently, gently, looking over your right shoulder. Chest is turned left, eyes are looking right. Gently maybe let your right ear drop down towards its shoulder, or you're tilting your head slightly, looking sort of down over the right shoulder to the floor. Any amount. Looking for space on the left neck from left earlobe to left collarbone. Looking right there, Judy, yeah. Chest is left. Yes, okay, go ahead and release all that, shrug it out. Step your feet wide, forward bend, put elbows on knees. Take a moment there. If you want to go further down, go for a full forward bend. Feel free to go as deep as works for you. Gently sit back up. Nice tall spine. Take your left arm high to the sky. Nice wide legs. Good. Feet too, yeah? Not just knees. Yeah, good. And then side bend down onto your right elbow. Your left arm stays reaching tall. Now roll that left shoulder back. Can you roll the left ribs back so you're more side bending? Roll the left shoulder back. Even if your head is looking down or forward or whatever, try not to let your neck be strained here, so you don't have to look up to the left necessarily, but the shoulder can go back. Maybe the right arm can slide down the inside of the shin anymore. Good. Any amount there. Keep that left hip rooting down. Rolling left shoulder back, last moment here. Good. Gently make your way back upright. Step your feet back into the center. Take your right leg over your left, stacking fully. Right leg on top of the left now. Tall spine. Rotate to the right, squeezing the back of the right leg onto the left a bit as you turn to the right. Left hand stays forward, right around the side. Heart lifting, rotating over and over again. Even if there's no positional change, really, your focus stays on lifting and rotating. Lengthening and rotating. Now, keeping your chest as it is, turn your head to the left gently. Whatever amount, doesn't have to be as far as anyone else. Just looking for some different kind of work in the neck area, and of course, still getting tall as you're rotating. So your back of the neck is long. Then maybe gently Letting your right ear float up towards the ceiling as your left ear floats down towards its shoulder blade or shoulder. Tilting your head so you're looking more down over the left shoulder somewhere. Keep the chest turned right. One more breath. Good. Lift your eyes, look forward, uncross all the things. Shrug your shoulders out. One more forward bend. Put those elbows on the inner knees. Forward fold down inside the legs. Maybe the hands to the floor, maybe further. Maybe your hands grab under the chair to somewhere on the legs of the chair and you pull yourself into a deeper forward bend if that feels helpful to you. Inhale to sit up and lean back and extend both legs forward again, straight in front of you, toes pointing. Arms go back and wide overhead. One big line, reaching back and forward. Toes forward, fingers back. Interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. Side bend to your right. Hug your belly in a little so you're not, so there's some support in the low back. And then side bend to the left. Hug your belly in a little still as you're side bending. Support in the low back as you're opening the right waist. Come on back to center. Set your hands on the chair. Step your feet to the floor. Sit up. Step your feet wide. Now your hands on the seat of the chair here. Hold the seat of the chair as you swivel your knees gently towards the left and then towards the right. Come up on tiptoes, I should say. So you're pivoting on those toes, swiveling left and right gently. Eyes stay forward to me if you can. Yeah, so keep a practice right now of eyes glued to one spot as you move your body, whatever it does, yeah? Keep your eyes in one place. Nice wide legs there, Pete. There it is. Turn to your left and stay turned to the left. Dropping your left heel down, your right heel is floating over its toes as best as it can be. And then turn your chest to the left and take your right arm up high to the sky. Right arm there, Pete, right arm. Your left hand still on the side of the chair. Can you side bend towards the back of the chair, lifting your right ribs, leaning away from me? Come back upright with the chest, so you're still facing to the left though, still facing left, yeah? Take your right hand down on your left knee. Your right hand on your left knee, your left hand on the side of the chair. Get tall and rotate looking over your left shoulder. Tall looking at the wall behind you, not at me. Look behind you to the left. No, that's it, Jennifer. All the way around now. Look around to the back. Look away from me. To the left. There it is, Jennifer. Yep. One more breath there. It's an upright, revolved crescent lunge shape. Good. Rotate all the way around the other way now. Turn facing me and swivel your left knee towards the floor. Your pelvis turns to the right. Your left heel is up. Your right foot's on the floor. Take the left arm high to the sky for our general crescent lunge shape. Left arm is up. Don't even watch me. Don't worry about me, yeah? That's it, Pat. There you go. Reaching. One more breath there. And right hand is on the side of the chair. Side bend away from me. Lean away from me towards the right, towards the chair. Opening the left waist. Any amount. Come back upright completely. So your spine is upright. You're still facing right though, yeah? Take your left hand to your right knee. Stay upright as you look now over your right shoulder all the way to the wall. If not further, can you look behind you towards where your left heel is somewhere? Maybe, maybe not. Revolved upright, crescent lunge here. Your left hand supporting you. Right hand is also supporting you on the chair. That's it, Pete. Look away from me. Look all the way around, over the right shoulder to the wall, if not even beyond. Good, everybody. Turn back to face center. Step your feet to center, wag your knees in and out. One more set of poses here. Let's step our feet wide one more time now and extend the left leg off to the left. Drop the toes down, so we'll do a warrior two shape here. The left leg is straight off to the left as best we can make it. Of course, there's going to be some hip stuff and knee stuff, so it could be bent if that's needed. Can you straighten the leg if possible? Take your arms wide, warrior two shape here. Good, and then reverse warrior or exalted warrior. Left hand down, right arm goes up high, stay sideways to this shape. Yes, yes, good. So you're sideways to the lunging right leg is what the idea here is. Good, and then side angle pose, come down on your right elbow, left arm goes long, either to the sky or back. See if you can keep it straight though, the elbow straight as you send long along your ear, big. There it is, Judy, good. One more breath there, just big, long reach. Good, release your left arm, sit back up, get those legs back together, wag the knees in and out. Let's do a forward bend before we go to the second side, just to kind of stabilize the spine. So elbows on knees or chest to legs, hang your head. Deep breaths. Inhale to sit up. Set your feet wide to the sides again. Hands on the seat of the chair. Extend your right leg off to the right. Turn your toes towards me so that right knee faces me. But it's as straight as it can be. Straight off to the side there. Left knee is wide, arms go wide, warrior two shape. Let's turn our palms over to the ceiling so we feel the shoulders can rest a little down away from the ears. If your palms are turned to the ceiling, your elbows point towards the floor, there's a little more space in the collarbones and shoulders. Good. Lift your left arm back to a exalted or reverse warrior two pose. And what tends to happen here for some folks is they look down and their left shoulder comes forward. Draw the left shoulder back a little. Great. Side bend down to the left elbow, right arm goes up. Side angle pose either to the sky or along the ear. And here again, the heart starts to turn the right shoulder forward. Can you draw the right shoulder back for more? Yeah, there it is, Jennifer. Good. And once it comes back, then elongate that line, reach. Nice, Jennifer. Straighten the right leg. Excellent, Pete. Good. Release that. Very nice. Dina Bernice, come back to center, feet to center, wag knees in and out. One last thing, lean back, glue your knees together, hug your belly in. See if you can lift those legs, belly hugged in, and then slowly drop them. Hold something super important between your knees. Your taxes, or your Social Security card, or something else. Family heirlooms. Hold the knees up close together towards your chest. Last moment here, just holding for a last one here. If you're still here and you're able to go a little bit more, go paddling your heels. Pull yourself onto the chair. Use your hands to pull the chair up against your backside as you're doing this. So you're stabilizing the upper body. Good. Release that nice and wide. Sit up. Forward bend between wide legs, or push the elbows. Actually, push the elbows hard and out into the inner knees strongly. I shouldn't say hard, but strongly as you squeeze the inner knees towards the elbows at the same time. So active legs and hips, active arms and shoulders. Stay another breath or two. Just keep squeezing those knees against the elbows holding the knees apart. Now just relax your hips and let your elbows win a little more. Let your knees go just half an inch wider if they do. And then activate those inner knees again, pulling towards each other. Elbows keeping those knees wide. So I'm just talking through this. It's not changing the shape, so you don't have to watch me. Just trying to activate those inner groins. And then relax that again and let your knees fall wider or be pushed wider. Gently sit back up. Step your feet back to center. Knees wag in and out. Let's get a little more, the backs of the legs online. We're going to stand up here. Yeah, so just trying to wake up the feet. Let's actually stomp the feet. Stomp your feet. Get those soles of your feet woken up. Good. Step your feet to the floor. Scoot them back behind the knees a little. Lean out with your upper body. Reach your arms forward. Maybe you come from a squat to a stand. And once you're standing, get that chair in front of you. And we're just going to start with a little legs activation here. So sit into chair and straighten back out. Sit your hips back and stand back up. Now focus on the knees bending, the hips going back as best you can. If you feel your arms are free to do so, send them forward and then push them back. So you sit your hips back, arms go forward. Push palms back as you extend the legs fully. Squat, reaching, stand, pushing back. Good. Squat, reaching, stand, pushing back. 2 more of those. Squat to reach. Inhale, launch. Exhale, squat to reach. Inhale, launch. Stay in the launch here. Squeezing your shoulder blades together in the back. Good. Release your hands to your chair. Shift your weight left and right. So just shifting weight left and right. Bending one knee and then bending the other. Just a little bit. Do a subtle squat to the left and right. Then come to the center and squat here. And we'll do kind of the reverse order of things. We're going to launch straightening to the left and then squat center. And launch straightening to the right and squat center. So back and forth. Get the squat every time though. Don't lose track of the squatting. Then launching up over one leg more. Squatting. Launching up over the other leg one more, yeah? And the heels can stay either down, yeah? You can either keep both heels down, which is a little more stable, or as you launch, say, to the left, you can come up on the right tiptoes or even lift the right foot and then squat. And as you launch right, you can come up on the left tiptoes, possibly. Yeah? Squat and launch, holding the chair for balance as needed or not even. Yeah? Playing with launching without holding the chair as much. Trying to squat and then launch. Yes, good. Get that, Pete. I don't see a lot of squatting happening. Go to the center squat, then stand up tall on one side. Center squat. Yes. No hurry about it. Good. Come to the center squat again and stay in your squat, shifting your weight left and right. So your hips are down. Check that you're not just getting your heart down, your head down as though you're squatting. The squatting happens, hips sitting down, the knees forward. Hold that chair, shift your weight left and right. Your eyes staying forward. Try not to look at the floor. Can you come to the right and balance on the right leg in the squat and just pick your left heel up? Flamingo style here. And then step your left foot down and squat. Stay in the squat as you pick your right heel up. Back and forth now. Stay in the squat. Eyes are up, chest is upright, hips are down. Good, Dean, good. Now come to the left and pause, holding that right foot up if you can, yeah? You're still squatting the left leg. Can you extend the right heel, tap the heel, and then draw it in? So this is what it looks like to the side here. Tapping it, tapping it, tapping it. One more, the right leg just tapping, and then step it to the floor and switch sides. Lift your left foot, reach out, tap the heel, bring it in. Reach it out, tap the heel, bring it in. Just trying to throw our balance a little bit more into challenge here. No weight going on that left heel. Last time, tap, back into center, stand up, shake off all that work that has happened in those legs. Step your feet back and wide, soften those knees. We'll go wide-legged forward bend now. Bend your knees, send your hips way back as you go to forward bend. Hang your head, keep those feet solid on the floor. Turn the heels a little more externally, the toes a little more internally, so you've got somewhat of a pigeon toe going on with your legs, your feet. And with that, it's a little more stable as well as giving you a little more space to forward bend. Slight pigeon toed in the feet. One more breath. Soften your knees, drop your hips, walk your hands up the chair, stand up, step your feet to center. Good. Stand at the back of your chair. Lift your right leg and step your right toes back to the floor, straight behind you in a lunge. And then bend that knee towards the floor and straighten out both legs. So we're just going to go sort of spring loading our legs here. Right leg is back. Now come down to the bent knees, the squatting legs here, and look down. If your nose were to drip sweat, would it drip sweat onto the left knee or back onto your belly? If you can get it to drip sweat on your belly, that's more the idea here. So we're more upright in the spine is kind of what I'm trying to check for. And then lift your eyes to look forward, keep that uprightness in the spine, yeah? Now we're gonna lean out over the left leg and launch to stand, lifting the right leg. So standing, warrior three pose there, and then step back and make sure your chest comes back over the hips as best you can. So that we're not stuck in this sort of just stepping back and launching up, but our chest comes back and then we launch up tall on the left leg. Step back into the squat, chest is upright, launch up. Very nice, Dean. Yes, good. Step back, squatting or spring loading, launch up. Very nice. One more time. Step back, squatting, spring loading, then launch up, stand tall. Look straight forward. Maybe you lift the right leg, the inner right leg lifts in the back. Hug your belly into your low back. Make sure that it doesn't collapse the low back too much. We want to keep that low back filled out. If this feels like it's too much on your low back, don't stress it out too much here, yeah? Then step your right foot down next to your left, stand up. Soften the knees, do a forward bend here. You could walk your feet back or whatever. Do a forward bend before we go to the second side now. Giving the low back a little break here. And then soften knees to come upright. Step more to the back of the chair again if you're not there. And lift your left leg, step your left toes back into that squatting lunge. Bend, straighten the knees first. Just try and get your spine as upright as you can. The goal kind of being more of a pistoning straight up and down with the spine. Good, yeah. So just some of the work, just some of the practice of not, of knowing where you go. If I ask for a squat and you do more of a forward bend, then that's just something to notice that you might be able to modify that, change some of the patterning and habits in your body to develop new connections going on here, yeah? So go into the squat the next time, a nice upright spine. And then we will lean out over the right leg and launch up to stand over the right leg, left leg lifts. And then step back with the toes and squat, and spine is upright. There it is, Jennifer, wonderful. And then launch up, stand on the right leg. You've done wonderfully today, Pat, well done. Drop into a squat again. Launch up. Last time, step back, little squatting lunge. Great, Dean Bernice, and launch up. Stay in this length or reach the left leg further back, soften the right knee a little so you're not locked out in the right knee. Warrior 3 practice for a moment. And then step your left foot next to your right. Step both feet back for one more forward bend, soft knees, forward fold. Hang your head. If you're going all the way to the floor with your hands, that's fine. We're going to convert this to a half forward bend though. So everybody walk your hands up to the seat of the chair, or maybe it's the back of the chair that's about the height of your hips. We want to get to some holding on the chair where it's the place on the chair where your hands are is about the height of where your hips would be. Yeah? And then soften your knees and try and just get the line longer. If like your torso were to cast a shadow on the floor, you'd like to elongate that shadow. Reaching fingertips further forward, sitting bones further back. Half forward bend. See if you can get those arms up alongside your ears. So straight along the ears. What's possible here? That's beautiful, Dina Bernice. That's great, Jennifer. I see the possibilities there. Same with you, Judy. Hug your belly in, and then, and not just you, Judy. I'm just saying hug your belly into your low back to keep it safe. And this also can give a low back stretch or release to some degree, activating the front body, holding up this capital L that's upside down here for another breath. Very good. Soften your knees, lift your eyes, step forward to the back of your chair. Let's swivel our hips around in circles, keep those knees bent as we go. Yeah, so just trying to go the other way, carve out space with your hips. Good. Stand up. Step your right foot back. We're going to do a little hamstring stretch again, a second hamstring stretch. And this is, I'm thinking about the low back here as well. Just trying to get more openness in the hamstrings can help the low back be less activated. So lift your left toes, forward fold to the left straight leg. You might bend your right knee to sit your hips back further, yeah? Hamstring stretch on the left leg is the goal here. Your hands might walk down the chair. Straight left leg. Hips reaching back, toes pulling back. Work is happening in the right leg too, of course. One more breath there. Walk your hands up the chair. Now, leave your feet where they are. Come up and roll the left foot to the floor. And then we're going to get a calf stretch on the right leg, yeah? So we're going to lunge the left knee forward, keep the right heel reaching towards the floor, then try and draw the hips forward. As the hips come forward, there's stretching happening in the back leg. The heel, right heel reaching strongly into the floor. You might even try to push the right heel into the floor and lift the instep of the right foot off the floor, just actively. I'm trying to give you a right calf stretch right now, so if that feels possible. And then step forward and switch sides. Take your left foot back. Just a pyramid pose, different distance between the feet. Float your right toes off the floor, flexing your right ankle. Bend your left knee, send your hips way back. Forward fold to the straight right leg for a hamstring stretch there. Walk your hands down the chair as needed. Is there a way to activate your right leg anymore, to activate that hamstring stretch anymore? Pulling the toes back, hugging the right thigh bone into the hip socket maybe. Straightening the right knee anymore. Breathing. We'll stay here 2 more breaths. So good, Pat. On your inhale, walk your hands up the chair, lift your chest up, roll your right foot to the floor, and then lunge your right knee forward, keeping your left heel reaching into the floor in the back. So the focus is on the left calf. Might be the back of the left knee, down to the left Achilles back there, down to the heel. Trying to stretch that that space by driving the hips a little bit forward. Keep rooting the left heel into the floor. Yeah, so those toes are kind of almost pointed straight forward as you're rooting back, driving hips forward. One more breath. Good, and then step forward, and we're gonna do one more stretch in the thighs here. Step your right foot back here and put the toes down and bend your right knee. Now we're gonna stretch the thigh, the right thigh, by pulling the belly back and rounding out that low back, pointing the right knee towards the floor. You need a long enough stride. Doesn't have to be super long, but just long enough that you can kind of get right angles to some degree, or point that right knee straight under the hip and pull the belly back and reach the arms forward. And you might even dive your chin down and hunch your back out. See if you can get a right thigh stretch in this shape. It can be a lot of variables that kind of play into it. If you feel stable in your balance here, you might reach your palms forward and round your back. And then step forward, switch sides, the left leg goes back. Toes to the floor, knee bends towards the floor. As that left knee is bending towards the floor, pull the belly in and round out the back. So it's a little more hug of the belly in, chin down, hunching back, lean a little away from the chair, not too much towards the chair. So looking for a left thigh stretch here. And again, if you feel stable enough, send your arms forward as you pull your belly back and round your back. Good. Step forward. Shake it off. Walk your feet out nice and wide to the sides. Nice tall spine with the feet wide. Good, Pete. Yep. Lift your left toes, pivot your toes to the left, lunge your left knee to a warrior two shape here. Send your right arm back over its heel. That's it, Judy. Turn your chest to be still square to me. Yes. Left arm out over its heel if that's available. Warrior two shape. Good. Now, again, reverse warrior, exalted warrior, lifting the left arm, drop the right hand either to the chair or to the leg. Can you lunge deeper in the left knee, but lean your left ribs away from the knee more? Lean back away from the lunge. Can you roll that right shoulder a little bit back? There, Judy, right shoulder back. Good. Good, straighten out the left leg. Take your arms parallel to the floor. Now we're just going to extend the left ribs out over that straightish left leg. Leg does not have to be locked, please, but this is a triangle type shape. Yes, and your right hand can be on the chair if needed, but otherwise we're going straight out to the sides and extending the left ribs out over that leg. Almost tucking that left, good. And then lunge the left knee. Again, warrior two. Now take the left hand to the left knee, right arm goes to the sky or along the ear, side angle pose. That's it, Pete, yep. Some of you may go even down to the elbow on the knee. If you need to come out of it, that's fine. Yeah, that's right. Don't let the slippery floor mess with those legs. All right, come on back up. Step the feet back to parallel. Lift your right toes, turn them to the right. Tall spine, wide legs. And lunge your right knee out over its heel. Spine stays upright though. As you lunge, try not to lean. Just lunge. Left arm goes over its heel for checking that your chest is square to me, yeah? And then your right arm goes out over its heel. Warrior two pose. Those right toes are perpendicular to the left toes. The left toes point to me, right toes point straight to the right. Yeah? That's it, Dean, yep. Good, exalted or reverse warrior. Drop the left hand, lift the right arm. Can you lunge deeper in the right knee and lean your right ribs up off, or lift your right ribs up off your right hip more? Good. That's great, Jennifer. Come back upright with the arms parallel, straighten the right leg. So now you've got more of a pyramid or a triangle shape under your legs here. Straight right leg there, Pete. The right knee is straight now, yeah? Pete, right knee is straight. All legs are straight. There it is. Now, triangle shape is really about pelvic tilt here. Lift your left hip back, drop your right hip down, and reach your right ribs out, right arm out. Just this triangle shape. We're not going to drop the hand today. We're just going to keep the arms parallel to the floor. You can turn your palms open to the ceiling. That might relieve your shoulders a little bit from the work that we're doing here. Palms facing up. Good. Then lunge your right knee. Take your right hand to your chair, or knee, sorry, and your side bending over the right leg now. Left arm might go up towards the sky or up along the ear. Some of you might get that right elbow down to the knee somewhere. But if you go there, just keep in mind, the idea here is one long line from the outer left foot to the fingertips overhead. And if you go down with the elbow and you break that line with the bend at the hips, maybe you come more upright again, yeah? All right, Dean, that's, yep. Come on back up. Hands to the chair, feet back in, walk it out. Yes, I hope that, yeah, maybe we'll check in later, Dean. I just want to make sure your floor isn't so slippery that you're sliding in those poses too much. And march your knees high to the sides now, holding your chair. And when you get your left knee up the next time, just keep it up. Staying tall, holding that chair as needed. Bend and straighten your right knee a couple times. And then place your left foot on the inner right calf for tree pose. Facing forward. You might scoot the chair up against your pelvis or just hold it in place as you send your right arm along your ear. Stay nice and tall. Good. Rather than looking at me, look at something across the room that's still and stable, and keep your goal as eyes glued to that thing the entire practice of your balance right now. Eyes stuck on that thing as you're practicing orienting around it for your balance. Maybe you feel you can balance with no hands on the chair, or however much you want to let go of the chair. Play with that. Keep your eyes glued to the thing though. 2 more breaths. Good. Step it down. Bend your right knee up high to the right, just second side, right away. Tall spine, right knee up high first. So standing tall, bend and straighten your left knee a couple times. Good. And then step your right foot onto the inner left calf. Get nice and tall. Think of one line from the left heel up through the crown of your head. Can you sort of find that vector line? Send the left arm up along the ear. Think of lifting the left hip up and relaxing the right hip down at the same time if possible. So a lot of times collapsing the left hip will get your alignment out. Good. Glue your eyes to a single spot across the room. If you've got it in view and you want to practice more depth, go for it. I'm letting go of the chair any amount. Keep that thing in your eye, in your gaze the whole time, gazing at a single thing for 2 more breaths. As calm and patient as what you're looking at. Great. Step it down, shake it off. Step those feet out wide. 1 more little goddess shape here, squatting. Take your arms forward, push. Actually push the palms forward. Good. Can we pull the left elbow back, push the right palm forward, pull the right elbow back, push the left palm forward. Keep the legs steady. Good, Pete. Turn your chest, keep your eyes steady. Good. Last 2 on each side. 1, 2, 2. Good. Release. Stand up. Walk it in. Hands on the chair as needed. Shake it off. Make your way down onto your back. And once you're there, tuck your knees to your chest. Hold them close to your chest, rock left and right. Consider that this is an opportunity to massage your low back as you hug your knees to your chest, rocking, letting the weight of your legs provide a little pressure on the low back to massage those muscles. Then extend your legs towards the sky, holding the backs of your legs, and point and flex your feet up there once you're in position to do so. And then from there, can we turn our toes out and dive our legs out wide, holding the outer legs, straightish legs off in a wide V shape. Maybe lift your eyes, look between your legs. Maybe send your arms forward between your legs and pulse. Legs are wide in a V shape. Chest reaching forward through the legs, pulsing a couple more times if that's available. And then release that, holding your knees wide towards your armpits, rocking left and right with the wide knees. And then happy baby pose, whatever depth you can go to here, holding the shins or walking your hands to the pinky toe side of the feet, getting those feet and knees nice and wide. Again, a release of the low back. And release your feet onto the floor for bridge pose. Feet solid on the floor. They're not right next to each other. They're hip width apart from each other, but they're tucked up close to the sitting bones. Knees are pointed to the sky. Take your arms alongside your hips. Push into your feet. Lift your pelvis. Bridge pose. That's it, Dean. Good. Reach those knees forward, out of the hips, stretching the thighs. Engage your belly and think of activating your gluteals. Squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze your hamstrings even. So squeeze the underside of the bridge. Buttocks and hamstrings and calves. Hold that, another breath. Great, release your pelvis back down. Now, we didn't do the hip opener before. We're going to do it here. Cross your right ankle on your left knee and open your right knee to the side. So you're in this shape that we often do seated, yeah? And then maybe deliver your right shin bone up closer to your chest using your left knee as the lever, and rock left and right a moment. We won't be doing much more after this, but just last chance to get a little outer right hip stretch. And then switch sides, drop your right foot, cross your left ankle over your right knee. Open up that left knee wide to the side, making a sort of triangle with your left leg and your right thigh bone. And then maybe you draw your right foot off the floor, delivering your left shin bone closer to your chest in that external rotation. That's it, Pete. Yep. Then rock left and right. Good. And then release that, and a supine twist, knees falling to the right. Just there for a breath or two, nothing too long here. And then switch sides, supine twist to the second side. And then back to center. And one last thing to unload the low back. Set your feet up like you're going to do bridge pose again, but then put the heels of your hands right at the hip sockets, right there at the thigh bones where they meet the hips, right on tops of the thighs there. Push your thighs away from the crown of your head. So pushing the hip creases, the thigh connection to the hips away. You're using arm strength to traction your spine and unload your low back. Hold that pressure there. Hands pushing very tops of the thighs, up at the hips, up at the hip joint. And then relax that and put your legs up over something for more care in your low back, or step your feet wide and let your knees go knock-kneed for more care in your low back, or extend your legs on the floor and rest. So Shavasana pose for you today could be different than other days, but doesn't have to be. But if you have low back stuff, as always, it's helpful to have your legs above your pelvis when you're resting on your back like this. Once you've got your shape, take a heavy sigh and send a global release through your body. Stay resting, continuing to soften more and more with every exhale. Back to a witnessing of yourself, back to letting things be just as they are. Feel free to stretch out and move. You're welcome to come up to a seat or stay lying down. Wherever you end up, take some deep breaths, letting go of tensions, letting go into gravity a little. You might set your hands at your heart, bow to your heart. Thank yourself for coming to yoga. Thank your body for its capacities to learn and adapt and grow and change. And gratitude for what you dedicated your practice to, and for all things that help life flourish. We'll chant a final Om in honor of all that. I bow to the light in your heart. It's the same light in my heart. Well done, everybody. Thanks for joining.